Hello, everybody. This is Sam Phelps, and thank you so much for joining me today for the Mind, Body, and Wellness workshop presented by the Pediatric Weight and Wellness Center of Advent Health. So let's jump right on in. First off today, we're going to be going over mindful eating, tips on hunger, and then a few stretches to do before and after working out. Let's start with mindful eating. Step 1, get an apple or a grape or your favorite fruit. As we engage in this exercise today, imagine that you have never seen this item before, as if you are observing it for the first time, and be aware of the observations, sensations, and thoughts that might come to your mind. Everyone have their fruit? If not, give this a pause and then grab your fruit and we'll get back to it. Step 2, observation. Begin by carefully observing this food item, noticing its appearance, its shape, its color or colors, its texture, and its size. I'll give you a second to look it over. Now, pick it up with your fingers. Notice what it feels like, the texture, how it feels in your fingers. What temperature is it? Is it hot, cold, room temperature? And the sensations, what it feels like to actually hold this fruit. Now, bring it to your nose and smell it. Fully know the smell of this item. Notice any reactions that your body experiences, even though you haven't begun to eat it yet. Can you imagine the taste in your mouth, even though it actually hasn't entered your mouth yet? Do you remember what it tastes like if you have eaten this fruit before? Or can you imagine what it might taste like if it's something you haven't eaten before? With the awareness of your hand and arm moving, place the fruit into your mouth without chewing or swallowing yet. Be aware of the texture and flavor, perhaps more than one flavor, exploring the sensations of holding this item in your mouth and on your tongue. Then, very slowly, one bite at a time, being aware of your teeth as you begin to chew. Notice the sounds of the chewing, being fully aware, and as you chew, maybe take those chews very, very slowly, one bite at a time, and then, when you are ready, swallowing. Follow the taste as long as you can as it goes down your throat. Notice any lingering taste and sensations that the fruit might have left behind in your mouth, even though you've already swallowed it. Now, let's reflect on this experience. Did you enjoy slowing things down, fully being aware of the piece of fruit? Did you experience the taste differently than normally would have without mindful eating? If you normally eat quickly, how did this experience differ from how you normally eat? Would you be willing to do this with other food groups? For instance, any vegetables? And would you be willing to try to mindful eat during your meals? Giving yourself time to fully engage in all the meals that we eat and fully being aware of all the tastes and textures that are combined with all the foods. Awesome. Everyone, I hope all of you will be willing to try this more and more throughout the day. Whether you start off with just a snack or even possibly start doing it at a meal, and then sooner or later, it will become a little habit. Next, tips on hunger. Just a reminder, because it takes our brain time to receive signals from our stomach. So we might not think we're full yet because those signals from our stomach are still traveling up to our brain, and then they gotta reach our brain, and then our brain's gotta tell us, oh, hey, you're full. Maybe we should stop eating. This signal takes about 20 to 30 minutes for our brain to get that signal to tell us that our stomach is full. Tip 1, chew slowly. This goes right back to the mindful eating exercise that we just did. Eating slower and more mindful also helps us eat smaller portions, the right amount of food for our bodies. Tip 2, once you finish your meal, and if you still feel hungry, drink a glass of water. It's okay to take a step back and drink some water. Water also helps us fill up. Tip 3, wait 20 minutes before eating anything else, giving those signals time to actually reach our brain and tell us that we are full. Tip 4, listen to your body. Do you hear your stomach rumble? Sometimes that's just our stomach actually digesting the food that we've already eaten. Do you feel like you need to take a deep breath? Sometimes that's a signal from our body that we're actually full and we need to stop eating. Everyone's body's signal is a little different, and our body will have its own signal to tell you when it's full or if it's hungry. And sometimes those signals can be the same. For instance, when your tummy rumbles. For some people, it's saying, hey, I'm hungry. But for others, when you hear your stomach rumble, it's actually your stomach digesting what you've already eaten. So be mindful of this and be mindful of your body when you are eating. Tip 5, step away from the table. Sometimes it's good to step away from the temptation. This way, those delicious meals that either you or your family prepares aren't tempting us to eat more. All right, everybody. Next, we're going to go over some stretches. And it's important that when we are doing these stretches to remember it's okay to modify sometimes. We might not be able to reach our toes yet or completely do the stretch. It's okay to do little modifications, and more you do the stretches, the better you'll get. It's important to do the best that you can, and if you feel pain, stop right away. There's no reason to keep going through something if you are feeling pain. Stop right away. We do not want anyone to get injured. We are going to hold each stretch for 15 seconds, and we're also going to focus on our breathing, making sure we are deep breathing. Breathing in, holding that breath for about 4 seconds, and then breathing out. We really want to make sure that we're doing this deep breathing when we are stretching, not only to give us time to clear our minds, but to also help us reach a deeper and fuller stretch. As you do these stretches, you really want to make sure that you are listening to everything that your body is telling you. If it's telling you to stop, then stop. And give it a rest. Don't push it too far. If you can't make it the full 15 seconds, that's okay as well. You also want to do these stretches before you exercise and after you exercise. This is going to help prevent from any injuries occurring or for us becoming too sore. Stretch 1, the triangle pose. What you're going to do is you're going to stand up, put your feet a little wider than shoulder width apart, and you're going to reach down to your ankle. If you can't reach your ankle, that's more than fine. Go midway to your calf, or if you need to, above your knee. And then what you're going to do is take your other hand and lift it towards the ceiling and look up at that hand. I'm going to hold it for 15 seconds. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Awesome. Now slowly come up and move to the opposite side and do the exact same thing. Now remember to keep deep breathing. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Awesome. And the more and more you practice, the more flexible you'll become. So it might seem a little difficult now, but don't get frustrated or discouraged because eventually you'll get there. The next pose, the butterfly. So we're going to sit down on the floor, preferably a mat or the grass or carpet. And we're going to put your feet together, just as you see in the picture. We're going to pull our feet as close as you can to a body. And it's going to be different points for everyone. And what you're going to do is you're going to either hold your ankles or push down slightly on your knees. Don't push too hard. We just want to feel a slight stretch. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Awesome. Now the next stretch we're going to do is the one leg thigh stretch. For this, you really want to get close to the wall or a table or a chair, something that you can keep your balance with. And stand on one leg, and you're going to reach down and pick up your other foot, just as the picture shows. What you're going to do is you want to make sure that your knee is in line with your other leg. It's okay if you can't quite get it aligned, but that is the end goal. And you want to try to get your foot as close to your bottom as possible. If you can't, that's okay. Just use a jump rope or a band, something that you can use to pull your foot closer. All right, everyone ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Awesome. Go ahead and gently let that foot down and stretch over and use the other foot. I'll give you a second to do that. And remember to keep deep breathing during these stretches. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Awesome. Slowly let that foot down. The next stretch we're going to do is the arm stretch. For this stretch, you're going to pull your arm straight across your body and use your other arm to pull and take your arm and pull it as tightly as you can towards your body. You want to make sure that your arm that's holding the arm across your body isn't on your elbow. You want to make sure that it's halfway between your forearm and your hand. That way, you're not injuring the elbow, kind of like how the picture shows. Awesome. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Awesome. All right, now we're going to switch over and do the opposite arm. Ready? And remember, keep deep breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Amazing, you guys. Next, we're going to do the back arm stretch. And with this, when you're going to take one of your arms, right or left, and you're going to place your hand over your head and reach for your shoulder blades, like how the picture shows. Then you're going to take the opposite arm that isn't reaching for the shoulder blades and place it on the elbow and pull your arm back behind your head just as the picture shows. It's okay if you can't fully reach your shoulder blades. And eventually you will get there. Just give it some time. All right, remember, keep deep breathing. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Awesome. Now we're going to switch over and do the other arm. I'll give you a second to do that. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Awesome. Now as you move your arm back down, remember to do it slowly and mindfulnessly. And you're going to want to do these stretches after you exercise as well. All right, awesome. The last thing that we are going to do is what you're going to do on your own. And what you're going to do is you are going to find a quiet room where you can turn the lights off. And then you're going to sit up against the wall and roll over. Put your feet up against the wall towards the ceiling with your bottom on the wall, as the picture shows. Then put your arms out in a T shape. What you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes and just clear your mind. Focus on your breathing, kind of as a way to let the day go. Relax your muscles. This is a good way to let the stress of the day go for a little bit. Anytime you're feeling tight or anxious, this is a great way to just calm everything down and just deep breathe. I really encourage y'all to do this on a daily basis, if possible, just to kind of help you ease your mind. Thank y'all so much for joining me today at this mindfulness workshop. I hope you all enjoyed it, and please do not hesitate to reach out if you need anything. Remember, you can do anything you put your mind to. Thank you.